Good morning once again, gentlemen and ladies.
Good morning, sir.
Bright and early. Before we go into the presentation, let's just quickly look at what we have to do today. So we'll just share screen and I'll go to here. So for today, we're doing ECG. What you have here for ECG, electrocardiogram, is the PowerPoint. There's no voice. But I'm still going to get Freddie to redo it again. The previous one we did, for some reason, we lost it. So all we're left with now is the PowerPoint. So if you go there and then you click, the PowerPoint presentation will open in a PDF format, and then you can go through. But like I said, before the end of the course, I'll get Freddie to do the voice over so that it can be properly explained. Now, there's a practical content for ECG. And if you go to the practical section, you will see the ECG machine, 3 videos, introduction to the ECG equipment, ECG simulation, how you connect your ECG simulator to the ECG machine and do all your tests. Willem will be familiar with this model of the simulator that is used here, and also with the ECG electrical safety testing, because it's a similar equipment to what you have in your workshop. Okay, so that's what you will do for today. The PowerPoint theory side and the practical side. Now let's come back to your presentation for today. Nicolene, are you going to share screen, or would you like me to share screen from this side?
I have never did it this way.
Are you using a laptop at the moment?
Yes, today I am using my laptop.
Great. So the first thing to do is to open the PowerPoint on your screen. Make sure it's open. And then on your MS Teams screen, if you look at the top right-hand side, you will see a white square with an upward pointing arrow in it next to the icon for the microphone and camera. And
yes,
that square icon says share. So you're going to click on it. Click on the share icon.
Okay.
And then you will see 2 squares. One says screen share, the other one says window. I think rather use screen share so that you don't struggle, so that we see what is on your screen on your desktop. Or you can, if you have several windows open on your desktop, you can click Windows and just select the window that is open so that you can share only that window. But if you choose screen, we will see what you have on your screen. So whatever tab you open on your screen, we will see that you're able to share that. But if you only want to share a window, you click Window, and then you select the window you want to share, like in this case, the PowerPoint, and then we'll be able to see it. So try that, let's see.
Okay. So the PowerPoint is open on my
on your
laptop.
Desktop. Okay.
Yes, on my desktop.
So first
and I went to the little square with the arrow, but it says only meeting organizer can present and share screen.
Okay, let me see if
That's
I
because
can
only the
adjust
lecture
that
has
option.
access.
Yeah, you're right.
No, that's the message it's giving me.
Let's see if we can change that. Oh, okay, that may take us time to sort out. Meeting options. So I'm going to enable that now so that you are able to share. Okay, that option is now enabled. You should be able to share screen now. Try again. Good. Something is happening. There we go. We can see your screen now. Excellent.
Okay, let me just go to the first page. Okay, you all can hear me and you can see the screen.
Yes, we can see you, we can hear you, we can see the screen.
Okay. We did this as a group activity, like was presented on questionnaires. We all work together via email, presenting our information together, and we joined it into this PowerPoint presentation. So the following questions that was asked, the brands and types of electric and equipment analyzers. And then we put together the following. Discuss as a group the different brands, types of electric safety analyzers that you have in your various workshop. Review the functions and how they are used. Tabulate your findings. So the following brands that we saw between us, three of us that we know about in our workshops, is the Fluke. The Regal was presented on the videos. We have a BC Biomedical, and then Willem has this very fancy ones that I like a lot. I wish I had one of these models in my workshop. It's the VPAD. I don't know even how to pronounce it. Rugged 2. Yeah, Rugged 2. So yeah, this is the brands that we know between the three of us, and that some of us have used these brands as well. So the next slide was asked to calculate who has the following. Is it in a working condition, the usage of it, and the analyzers that we use. So most of us has an electric safety analyzer used to perform various electrical safety tests, including ground continuity testing, insulation testing, high voltage testing, and line leakage testing. And it's in a working condition, and Nicolene has one, Willem has one, and Chakela not. On the defibrillator analyzer side, the usage for that is to use and discharge energy, psychologized model operations, automated extreme defibrillation, and ECG monitoring. And it is in a working condition. And Nicolene, Willem, and Chakela, Nicolene and Willem has one, and Chakela not. ECG Analyzer, used for various interpretation of the cardiac arrhythmia conditionality systems of ECG monitoring. So on the ECG, Nicolene and Willem do have one. Chakela not. I know he sent videos of the models that he has in the workshop. So I just know that he's on the IT side and that he doesn't really know how to use these things for now. But he's willing to learn. This is why he's doing this course.
Yeah.
Okay, and then on the other side, let me just go up a bit here. The SpO2 and NIBP analyzer is used to simulate light attenuity during passing through human fingers by blood operations Nicolina has one, Willem has one, and Chakela not. Then the following we have I don't have the following as well. I would like to learn one of these, but it is our Incubator Analyzer. I didn't even know that you can have one of these, but it was quite interesting to go and read about them. But it is used for testing baby incubators, transport incubators, and infant radiate warmers. And it's working so far, I think, whoever has one, but none of us do have one. So yeah, that's quite an interesting one to learn about. Then we have our electrosurgical analyzers. It's used to test and calibration of electrosurgical machines. That's now your dithermy machines that we use a lot in theatre. But yes, it's in working condition. Willem does have one. I unfortunately don't have one. I would like to learn a lot about it. And Chakela also don't have one. And then your CTG simulator provides a complete 3D view of a patient anatomy, allowing for more current deficiency for the tumor and a surrounded normality tissue. And yes, Willem has one. It's working. And I don't have one, and Chakela also. Okay. Then the following, review the functionality of the simulators and differences and how they are used. Tabulate your findings. All the above mentioned brands of electric safety analyzers do differentiate a lot, although other brands have more specifications and functions, and the similarities of functions do change. Although they do not look the same, the outcome of the test is the same to give you safe and compliant or non-compliant outcome of your equipment you are testing. All of the above electric safety analyzers and instruments used to perform various electrical safety tests, including ground, continuity testing, isolation testing, high voltage testing, and line leakage testing. The differences is most on your case or the physical side of it. Your case, your weight, your accessories that you get with the different types of simulators or analyzers, and the instruction of the operations is also different. Some people's software and operations are different than other analyzers, although your outcome is still the same to have compliant or non-compliant testing equipment. So that was our outcome there. And then what other types of testing equipment and analyzers are available in your workshop, and what are they used for? I have a fancy multimeter. I use it to measure multiple electrical properties on equipment like voltage, temperature, resistance, and currents like your volts, amps, and ohms. My multimeter can do temperatures as well. So if I have a patient warmer, for instance, that gives me high-end reading on temperature or a low-end and it's alarming, I can test the patient warmer with that temperature probe as well. And it's the same with our fluid warmers and our cabinet warmers that warms our blankets for theatre, and also our resin bags that we have. So that's one of the other testing equipment that I know about. A fetal monitor simulator, Willem has one of those. It or not, he does have one of those. It often uses during potential visiting and counting the baby heart rate, and maybe also used to check the fetal heart rate during labor. The healthcare provider may also check your baby's heart rate continuity during labor and birth. So that is one of the other simulators as well, or analyzers. Are the equipment you have listed in question 4.2 in good working condition, and do you know how to use them? There is a theory and a saying, a technician is as good as his tools. Well, if your test equipment is not in a working condition, however, would you have quality equipment in your workplace? So if your test equipment is not in a good condition, your equipment will fall behind. That's how I see it. Training on all of these equipment is available online, and we all had training when we received the equipment to use it on a daily basis. So yes, I do know all the equipment. Willem said the following: yes, the equipment is all in good working condition, and I have training certificates for them. Chakela, yes, the equipment is in good working condition as it was left in Netcare while I was in Lesotho. However, I do not know how to use them, any of the equipment, but I'm looking forward to. So that was the outcome there. What other types of testing equipment and analyzers would you like to learn about and why? Respiratory ventilation testing analyzers, like your gas flow analyzers, to test all gas-driven equipment like ventilators, anesthetic machines, and oxygen monitoring equipment. Reason: end users errors and the above mentioned equipment occurs a lot in our work environment due to constant staff changes and staff that is scared of using equipment. We find a lot that some staff have technophobia problems and always blame the equipment and that's not working properly. On Willem's side, it was an electrosurgical unit, and the analyzer, the ECU, are current a critical tool in theater for surgical procedures. Therefore, there are a lot of breakdowns during the procedures. I want to learn more and gain experience about them so that I can be able to help a technician in the hospital over phone or troubleshooting in cases of emergency. And in Chakele, he wanted to know on Incubator Analyzers and CTG simulators. Reason: in our hospital, we have a couple of baby incubators that are not functioning at 100%. And babies have to be referred to other hospitals due to non-functional equipment. That was the outcome there together. This was our presentation. I hope everything is in order and that you have liked the presentation.
Excellent.
Thank you very much, Nicolene.
Yes,
Thank you.
Yeah, well put together, well explained, very detailed, and I love the graphics at the beginning showing the different brands of electrical safety analyzers. So well done to you all. Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. So just a few comments on the presentation. Okay, with the Incubator Analyzer, you don't know how to use it. Okay, great. Fortunately, with this course, okay, can you just stop sharing, Nicolene, so I can share my screen from this side? Or leave your screen, just go to the top, go from the beginning, the first slide.
Okay. Oh no.
Yeah, go to the first slide on top. Okay, next slide. Yeah, so these are the different brands. The goal is the same. How you arrive at that goal may differ slightly. So the method may be different, but the goal is the same. They measure same thing, but different brand. Just like if you know how to drive, you've got a driver's license, whether it's a BMW that looks very funny, or a VW Beetle, or a Kombi, or a Mazda, you have the general idea. It's just a matter of maybe practice. You get to know how to use the others as well. So if you can drive most cars with
Yes.
little adjustments and tweaks here and there. Same with this equipment. They do the same thing, different methods. They look different, but the goal is the same. Next slide. Okay, electrical safety analyzer. Nicolene, Willem know how to use it. Jacqueline, no. Fortunately, in this course, we've covered two brands, the Rigel and the Fluke. So take time to go through the videos again, and hopefully you will get to know how those brands work. It's just a matter of going through the videos over and over again. And when your hospital does have one, then you can take some time to practice. Okay, there's a call coming in. Let me just leave a message and ask them to call back later. With the defibrillator analyzer, the same thing. You're going to get to know how to use it in this course. When we do defibrillator, you will see the use of the analyzer and how it works as well. Same with the ECG. You will meet the ECG during this course, and now that you're doing ECG today, you will see how it works, the features of the ECG, and we have the same brand that Willem is using. But as time goes on, we might introduce other brands in the practical as well. With the SpO2 for oxygen saturation and NIBP, which is non-invasive blood pressure, yes, you are going to see the use of the ProSim 8 vital sign simulator. When we do patient monitoring, you do the theory, and then you see the patient monitor, and then you will see how all of these tests are done to measure all the parameters in the patient monitor. And that takes 2 days because it's quite a lot. So the theory, 1 day, the practical the next day. So there's quite a lot there. You will get to see how to use that. Next slide. And with the Incubator Analyzer, none of you has it or know how to use it. So don't worry.
No.
We have it covered in this course. So when we do incubator and infant warmer, then the practical will do it. And we'll meet the brand of testing equipment for incubator that Willem will be familiar with. The VPAD rugged, that type. So that's the one we have used here. But in the university, we have just ordered the Fluke brand of incubator. They're still busy processing and PO and all of that. When it arrives, we will arrange to have a video coverage of someone explaining how it works. And then we shall upload it and alert you guys, whether it happens during this course or after the course. Whenever new material is uploaded, I will alert you and let you know and give you access so you can access the training. CTG simulator, it's not very common in most workshops. So we didn't focus on that in this course, but it's good that at least Willem knows how to use it and they have it in their workshop. Next slide. Okay, in terms of functional similarities, like we said, the goal is the same. They may look different, but they measure the same thing. Next slide. Other types, yes, Nicolene has a fancy multimeter that also measures temperature. I have one here that I also use, and it's got a temperature probe.
Yes,
Okay,
mine is the
it's
same.
got the normal probes and a temperature probe for measuring temperature.
Yes.
Yeah, so you just set it to, there's a temperature setting there, and you just plug in the probe for temperature, and you dip this into whatever you want to measure, and yes, you get your temperature measure. So that's a good one. I used this for my master's degree thesis projects from 2015 to 2005, actually, to 2008. That's when I bought this, and I used it for my master's because I was doing a project on thermoactive oncology probes, development and testing. So after developing the system, I needed to use high temperatures to ablate cancerous tissues or tissues with tumor. And then I have to measure the temperature while doing that to make sure it does not exceed 50, 52 degrees. So I had to use this particular multimeter, which, by the way, we also call an avometer, AVO, for A for amperes, V for voltage, O for ohms or resistance. Avometer. Okay. Yeah. Fetal monitor simulator. Okay. That's also not a very common one. That's why we have not covered it in this course. We want to cover the brands or equipment that are mostly used in most workshops that technicians will come across. Next slide. Okay. Are they in good working condition? Okay, for most of you, yes. Next slide. What other types would you want to learn? Okay, so with the gas flow analyzer, it's going to be covered in this course. Now, we have the gas flow analyzer, but we haven't got an ventilator to test it on. That's the problem. So we are still arranging to do that. We have a brand new gas flow analyzer. Whenever we are able to get the ventilator to our studio, and then we'll bring the gas flow analyzer, we'll do all the test and recording there, we'll upload that and give you access. With the electrosurgery or electrosurgical unit, we also have the analyzer in the university, but we don't have the unit to test it on. So we're busy making arrangement to do that. And once we are able to finalize that, we will also upload and give you access because it's part of what we are covering in this training. The incubator analyzer is already covered. So we have the theory, we have the practice, and it's already available. So when we get to that module, you will see how to use it. And like I said, we have ordered the Fluke brand. And when that comes, we'll do a video on that as well and give you access. So you are all on the right track. You are in the right place. Don't worry, Takela, it's just a matter of time. There's something else we're going to do towards the end of the course. Actually, there is another training you can go through for free on the Fluke website. And I'm going to post that link so that at the end of this course, as a refresher, you can go through the trainings on the Fluke website. You just register on their website. And most of this testing equipment, they have a training for each of them. You follow the training, do the videos, do whatever test or assessments, then you get a certificate for each of them. And you can add that to your CV. I'm sure Willem must have done that because I see him nodding. Yes. So it's good if all of you can do that. If you haven't, it's free. Okay? And you get a certificate. So it will consolidate on what you're learning in this course. So you can learn the Fluke brand in case you come across it at some point in your career. So I will post the link on the WhatsApp group. At the end of this course, you can now go and do those trainings and get the certificate. So it will be like a continuation of what you've done here. Okay. And at the end of the training also, we'll still give you access for another 1 month. So you will have access for additional months so that if you want to come back to the videos, to the PowerPoint and take time to go through, because I know that it's not always possible to absorb everything while the training is on. you may need some extra time to come back to some of those material. So we'll give you additional amount of access to the material, and if need be, even beyond. And if there's any fresh content that we post, if there's an update, if there's a fresh video or practical material or even theory content, I'll let you guys know and we'll grant you access as well, because you paid for the course, and whatever new thing material we have, we'll make it available to you guys. Okay.
Congrats.
Any questions, comments?
No.
Otherwise, I think you guys are doing well as a team. So well done to you all. And yes, once again, lovely presentation and teamwork. So well done.
Thank you.
Okay, so today's material is ECG, the PowerPoint, and the practical. So go through, and if there are any questions, do not hesitate to let me know. I'll see you again, I think that will be tomorrow, right? Yes, tomorrow. Okay. All the best.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.